Imagine a world in which suddenly all the tools disappear. All buildings, cars, and machinery, or even basic tools such as knives, hammers, and shovels vanish. What would the economy look like if we had to do all the work with our bare hands? This is the situation in which the hero of this story used to live. On a remote island there was a fisherman. Maybe fisherman is too generous, because in a world without tools, his fight for survival was to jump into the sea and make desperate attempts to catch fish with his bare hands. It was not an easy life. All this effort resulted in catching just one fish per day, which is just as much as he needed to survive. One night, totally wet, with his eyes sore from the salt water, he was lying on the beach staring at the stars and thinking about how he could improve his life. Then he came up with a brilliant idea. If I could just extend the reach of my hand, I might be able to watch the fish from above the water and probably catch more. He decided that in the morning he was not going to catch fish. Instead, he would devote this day to implement his plan. He searched the woods, looking for a strong, straight branch, which with great effort he managed to break off. Then, with a sharp shell found on the beach, he tried to sharpen the tip of the stick, which took him many hours. Finally, that evening, he fell on the sand, exhausted from hunger. He didn't eat that day, so he could build his invention. But he was happy because, in his imagination, he was already sitting on a heap of fish caught with the help of it. Falling asleep, he decided to call his invention Spear. In the morning, motivated, he grabbed the spear and began to work. Because the salty water did not flood his eyes, and a pointed end of the spear was more effective than his hands, he was able to catch 2 fish that day. Well, it was not a heap of fish yet, but the economy of the island did grow by 100%. More importantly, it opened up for him many more possibilities. He could now fish every second day, consuming his catch from the previous day. He could also go fishing every day, as before, and dry the excess fish and store it for worse times. Another option was to use free time to implement new ideas to increase his productive capacity. This would result in increasing his wealth and expanding the size of the island's economy. In this story, we come to a simple economic principle. Wealth is created through self-sacrifice and taking risks. The fisherman underconsumed and took the risk that his plan might not work, and that he would go hungry all day producing the spear needlessly. The fisherman's underconsumption